what I find funny about Yuri Prochazka is that when he gets folded back savage. From the walking scene with Michael Jackson moves on Kibutsushi to the speech that Ubuyashiki gave to the spoiler. You ain't gonna be yelling at me. Alright? We can disagree. You ain't gonna be yelling at me. You understands me? Excuse moi. It is Sunday, 9:36, I think, p.m. This weekend has been very eventful, to say the least. This weekend has been very eventful. June has been flying by. We thought May said hi and bye. Bro, June didn't even say hi. It just said bye. June said, peace out. I will see you in 2025 when GTA drops, bro. You look up, you blink. I blinked and it was June 1st. I went to sleep. I woke back up. It's June 30th. Craziness. By the time, obviously, when this episode drops, it'll be the 1st of July. And that is officially when my summer begins. I got hella stuff lined up. But none of that matters because I just have one thing to say. You did it. You did it, bro. You did it, bro. UFC 303 lived up to the hype. All right. And there was so much that was stacked against that card. I think 5 or 6 fights got canceled that night. Diego Lopez and Dan Ige, I think that's his name. They had to fight on short notice. So many things were stacked up against that fight. Obviously, we didn't get to see Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler. We didn't get to see Brian Ortega. But we did get to see Alex Boatan Pereira drop Yuri Prochazka twice within a minute. Within 2 minutes, he dropped him twice. And I just want to say this, man. I already have my money on Alex. I should have been a betting man. I already have my money on Alex. He just looked like I saw Yuri's last fight, and I saw Alex's last fight. Alex was coming off a huge win to take the belt over Jamal Hill, right? Huge win. Somebody was like, he had 2 broken toes. As if that matters to a fighter, because I'll tell you what. Not only does he have a lethal left hook, but he also has a lethal left freaking head kick. And that's how he knocked out Yuri Prochazka. All right? He said, in the first round, in the final 10 seconds, low-key, it was looking like Yuri was going to come away with a good round. Alex said, Boatan said, man, eat this Jamal left hook. Sat Buddy down literally in the last second of the round. And then the bell rings, right? So they go to their corner. And again, we get the legendary face-off. We got the legendary face-off, right? So they go to their corner. Alex is already ready to get this underway. Yuri just got dropped, right? So they go to their corner, whatever the case would be. Talk, yap. They come back out. Boatan said, you know what? The left kick, or sorry, the left hook didn't sit you down all the way. How about this? Here go a head kick. Brings his left leg up. Swipes him in the face with the same broken toe that y'all was like he had. With the same broken toe. Swipes bro in the head. And what I like about, not what I like, what I find funny about Yuri Prochazka is that when he gets folded back savage. When he gets folded, he's done. He ragdolls. Some people just like Justin Gaethje. Man, when he got folded, it was crazy, dog. It was crazy. But yeah, this man, Yuri Prochazka, got folded back savage, bro. Literally, his knees collapsed. And when he got back up, he tried to get back up. Bro, he couldn't. They needed to help him back up. That's just how bad of a knockout it was. UFC 303 lived up to everything it should have been. Dana White defended Jon Jones in saying that he's the best pound for pound fighter of all time, right? And talks are, we don't know what Alex's next move is going to be. Maybe he moves up to heavyweight. Maybe he stays for another title defense for light heavyweight. I don't know who else he could fight in light heavyweight, but I do. Here's what I want. I want another Adesanya fight, but I don't think obviously, it would have to be Adesanya moving up rather than Pereira moving down, because Pereira's he's already the freaking champion, right? So he would have to move. Adesanya would have to move up. But what I want, right, if the UFC gods are listening, I want a Pereira versus Adesanya fight, right? Set that up. Doesn't matter who needs to drop or gain, right? Set that up. Give me that fight. Regardless of who wins, right? Regardless of who wins, I need Pereira to move up to heavyweight to fight Jon Jones. I need that fight. I need that fight would feed villages. Feed villages. Whole communities would thrive off that fight. I need that. The cornucopia would open up and just burst out the seams of food if that fight were to become a thing, bro. I know Jon Jones is set to fight like Stipe Miocic and Tom Aspinall. Those are all probably going to be good fights, right? Those are all, but they're not going to be fights of, let's just put it like this, bro. They're not going to be fights of the century, dog. They're just fights of the decade, nothing like that. They're going to be just another Jon Jones killing at the end of the day. It's just going to be another Jon Jones mauling, bro. Like it's not gonna be anything that we're just like, oh my god, that was one of the. No, bro. We need another namesake fight, and I really do believe that Alex Pereira going up to heavyweight, right, camping out and fighting Jon Jones would be like the fight of the century, bro. It would be the biggest fight since. It would probably be the biggest fight since the last time Ngannou fought. Like, come on now. Anyways, I need that fight. I need that fight to happen. I don't know what speaking of Israel Adesanya, I don't know what Stylebender is gonna do. From the walking scene with Michael Jackson Muzan Kibutsushi to the speech that Ubuyashiki gave to the spoiler. He lost it to who did he lose it to? God dang it, I forget. Why am I blanking on bro's name? No. He lost it to that Frenchman. Or no, South African. He lost it to him, and then he had to fight the pretty boy. What's his name? I don't remember bro's name. But anyways, he had to fight him. He had another fight a while ago. So I don't know what Stylebender's going to do. But he needs to go ahead and fight, bro. He needs to get that belt back, because I believe that's the only way. I think that's the only way that him and Alex Pereira are gonna duke it out in the ring again, is if Stylebender is actually a champion. Contender or not, he has to be a champion. But I know Alex's team is probably like, yo, we can move up and we can be three-time what do you call them? It's not a heavyweight. What do you call them when you division champions? There we go. But anyways, CHAMA, thank you, bro. Thank you for coming in last minute, quite literally. You and Dan Ige and Diego Lopez, y'all deserve the MVP for those fights, bro. UFC 303 was absolutely, it was crazy, dog. It was crazy, bro. Especially the main card. I honestly enjoyed it. My hopes weren't too like high for the rest of the card, but y'all all did. That one homegirl slit her she got her goddamn eyebrow slit open from an elbow, and she was killing throughout the fight. One well-timed elbow and one well-placed elbow was enough to end her fucking fight, bro. It was crazy. UFC 303, that fight card, it lived up to the hype. I want to thank Poatan. I want to thank Diego Lopez. I want to thank Ige. I want to thank Yuri Prochazka. It doesn't bro, all the fighters that came out to put on for 303, the biggest thank you, because I wasn't expecting nothing, and y'all gave us a performance of a lifetime. So with that being said, I want to thank you, the random passerby, family, friends, and random passerbys, for tuning into another episode of the Your Story podcast. Yeah, you like that transition? I know you do. This is episode 69. Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. We are closing in on that 70 mark, which is crazy to even think about. 70 episodes, bro. I'm gonna do more. If you watched enough episodes, you've seen I'm now editing. I'm doing more cartoonish edits or whatever the case may be. And I'm gonna keep that up, obviously, but there's gonna be more. There will be more. There will always be more.
Hello there.
You scared the mess out of me, cat. And so I just want to thank you. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe and hit the bell. You just saw the cat walk by, so she said like, subscribe, and hit the bell. If you are listening to this on Spotify, I hope everything is coming in crisply and clearly and concisely for your eardrums. And with that being said, follow the channel, leave a rating. 5 stars is preferable. Whatever you guys say with tu corazón. Hit the bell so you know when I am uploading on the Spotify. And with that being said, we're going to move on. So, excuse me. Like I said, this weekend has been eventful. And with that, I have anime news. I have anime alerts. And I just want to say this. Demon Slayer doesn't get a lot of hate on this channel, okay? It doesn't. Demon Slayer doesn't get a lot of hate on this channel. But it also doesn't get a lot of love on this channel. I realize that now. And I just want to say it's for a good reason, all right? These new gen animes don't get a lot of love on this channel because it's for a good reason, all right? I don't want these new gen animes to think that they are, these new gen anime fans to think that they are the best thing since sliced bread. Y'all not. But y'all do have some good ass animation. You got to give credit where credit is due. Ufotable, you did your damn thing on this last episode of the Hashira training arc. You did your damn thing. All right? From the walking scene with Michael Jackson Muzan Kibutsushi to the speech that Ubuyashiki gave to the spoiler explosion anime or animation that happened. Everything was on point. Every piece of animation was on point, bro. This entire, to be honest, even though this was really it was necessary for the story, but it felt like a filler arc to me. Even though it kind of felt like a filler arc, it still was great from beginning to end. From beginning to end, it was still a good arc. Gyomei blew that motherfucker's head off. Blew his head off. Clean off. Shoulders and all. Collarbones and all. And the brother still regenerated. I think they recycled the same animation from when they had what's the Sound Hashira and the six ranked demon. I think they recycled that animation, but it was still crisp. Don't matter. It was still crisp. My boy Tanjiro is on smoke. I'm expecting Tanjiro, bro. Tanjiro, let me say something to you, bro. I ain't read the manga yet, and I could, but I'm not. I want to see the animation. I don't want to see no tears. Not a one. Not a single tear, bro. I don't want you to shed not one tear. I don't want you none of that. At the end of this, because I know you win, I don't want to none of it. No tears, just smoke. Be like Zenitsu, because guess what? Our boy Zenitsu, the Lightning Hashira, he's not a Hashira yet, but the Lightning Demon Slayer, the boy has woken up. You know, back in ye olden episodes and ye olden manga pages, Zenitsu would be the gag character. Every time he's awake, he's crying, he's yelling, he's screaming. He's a gag character. But when he sleep, oh, he's a different beast. That thunderclap and flash, that one move that he somehow turned into a 6-fold and a 10-fold thunderclap and flash, bro. That one move put him in the GOAT status. Yeah, I wouldn't say GOAT. God tier. But that's only when he sleep. That used to be the case. Now the boy's up. He's in the Infinity Castle. Eyes open. Face stern. Face stern. And he means business. He just got that letter. He knows what he needs to do. It's time to get to business. Zenitsu, I already expected great things from you. I can't wait until this, and it's gonna be a 3-part film, or it's gonna be a trilogy in film form. They're gonna release it, and there's gonna be 3 parts to it. It's gonna anime this year and next year is going to be great, but specifically this year, it's going to be great, dog. The Infinity Castle arc is upcoming. Buckle up. There's going to be a lot of emotions. Tanjiro, I'm expecting great things. Zenitsu, I'm expecting great things. What's the other boy's name that's voiced by Eren Yeager? What's bro's name? Inosuke, I'm expecting great things. Some of the Hashira are gonna die. Spoiler: some of the Hashira are going to die, but it's gonna be a great arc regardless. And with that being said, episode Nagi of Blue Lock came out, which just lets me know one thing, bro. Get in close. When this under 20 match hits the shelves, I don't want to hear nothing about, but Haikyuu this, but I just want it to be known. When this under 20 match hits the shelves, let me get in close. When this under 20 match hits the shelves, I will go on record saying it right now. Blue Lock will cement itself as the greatest sports anime ever created. I'm saying it now, so that way when it comes out, because like I said, episode Nagi just came out. I'm saying it now, so that way when it comes out, you know who said it first. When the under 20 match, Blue Lock is already GOAT status in my book. When the under 20 match comes out, Blue Lock will cement itself as the greatest sports anime of all time. Shit.
It's intermission time.
I can't wait. I haven't even seen episode 90 because it's in theaters, but it's coming. I will be watching that. I don't care if I gotta buy a ticket to it myself. I've been to the theater by myself. I don't care. Solo Leveling, coming back. I've already finished the manga. I already know it's gonna be a good. I already know it's gonna be a good little watch. Kaiju number 8 is finally picking up speed. I already know it's gonna be a good watch. Now, there's one anime that I haven't picked up yet, and it's because I really haven't had the time to do it. Windbreaker. But I've seen some clips on TikTok. Them motherfuckers fighting. They are fighting. They are throwing hands. So I'm excited to start that one. One Piece is doing its usual One Piece stuff, and it pissed me off this last episode. All right, because I haven't finished the manga, or there's no finishing that manga, but I haven't kept up with the manga, but I have kept up with the anime. And they kind of pissed me off. Somebody shot Shaka in the head, popped his bitch ass in the head, blood everywhere. And as they hit the Muzan effect, where they was just walking slowly down the stairs, all you saw was the smoking gun, but they didn't tell me who it was. They hit a quick to be continued. And that's what I hate about One Piece, is that they love that to be continued bullshit. Speaking of bullshit, moving on from anime. ADHD moment, all right?
It's intermission time.
Some of y'all, I've seen this too many times. Some of y'all on the interwebs, all right? Y'all love to say, like, somebody will say something so outlandish, right? So outlandish on the interwebs. And the first thing the comments will be like is, Batman couldn't get this information out of me. The CIA couldn't waterboard this information out of me. The Taliban couldn't the Taliban couldn't torment this information out of me. I want to tell you right now, you're lying. You're lying. Anybody who says Batman couldn't get this information out of you, I guarantee you he could. My cat could probably get this information out of you. On a drunken night, my cat could get this information out of you. Y'all be putting y'all's whole booty holes on Twitter. And you mean to tell me that Batman, the CIA, the Taliban couldn't get what they wanted from you? All they would have to do is take a singular feather, slip your shoe off, slip your sock off, and tickle, tickle, tickle for 30 seconds maximum. You're giving them all the information they've ever wanted in life. You're going 6ix9ine and snitching. Stop telling the internet that nobody could get this information out of you, because I promise you they can. Also, stop telling people these information on the interwebs. I don't need to know. Nobody needs to know that you, like, bro, nobody needs to know this stuff. That you have somebody open, like, it, the stuff, the things. Y'all are too comfortable telling strangers, random internet niggas, y'all's business, bro. Fake or not. Y'all are too comfortable telling these people y'all stuff. I'm not understanding the correlation. Is it because it's the internet? Bro, digital footprints exist. The ADHD moment is over. I'm just talking to you now. Digital footprints exist. All right? They can pull up your Twitter. They can pull up your Instagram. They can pull up your whatever social media app you use. Maybe Reddit. Reddit is probably the only one that I'm like, okay, they gonna have a little trouble getting through that one. But everything else, it's traced back to you. It's traced back to you. So when you say one time my dog licked peanut butter through my toes, we see you. We see you. I'm looking at the comment with the same disbelief you have in your eyes, but by the way I just said that. I'm looking at the comment the same way. Oh, snap. Mouth agape. I'm just like, what are you talking about right now? Stop it. Get some help. But anyways, excuse me, hold on. I'm kind of itchy. Moving on. I just want to say this. All right. In moments of heightened anxiety, it can save your life to keep a cool head. It can save your life. I know that has nothing to do with anything that I was talking about before, but I just want to say, in moments of heightened anxiety, it can save your life to keep a level head. I, as a black male in America, in Texas to be specific, have had numerous run-ins with law enforcement, all right? Some when I was a kid, some when I was an adult. Each moment, especially with the rampant police brutality I can't say it hasn't just now come into the world, because police brutality has been a thing for many years. But it's now being, like broadcast on a wider scale. I want to say this, right? Especially with that going on, right? And it being more prevalent in my day-to-day, or week to week, or month to month, whatever the case may be. In those moments, especially when I was a kid, I kind of wrote it off as like, I didn't understand the severity of the situation. I knew we were in a very like anxiety-ridden, tumultuous situation, but I didn't understand the severity of it, right? As an adult now, I get it. I understand why some people just don't fuck with cops, bro. I get it. Because at the end of the day, and like I said, I've had run-ins with cops as an adult. I realize these are just regular niggas that y'all gave a gun and a badge and said uphold the law. These are regular niggas. And I use niggas as an encompassing term. These are regular people that y'all just said gun, badge, a couple of booklets, uphold the law. But once you realize, in my case, that these are just regular people, even if your anxiety is high, keep a level head. Because once you realize these are just regular people and you can have a conversation like a regular person, it kind of diminishes the anxiety, right? It kind of diminishes it. So Texas is not very known for being liberal. Texas is racist. There's no way to sugarcoat it, bro. And I had a run-in this past weekend. That's why I said this weekend has been it's been up there as far as eventful goes. I had a run-in with a cop because I was speeding. I'm not even going to deny I was speeding. I was going to Dallas, right, to see a friend that I hadn't seen in a very long time. And I was like, let's go make a last-minute trip to Dallas. They got some free time. I got some free time. Let's go do it, right? So I'm driving up to Dallas, right? In order to get to Dallas through 35, there's a junction you have to hit. One goes to Fort Worth. One end of the junction goes to Fort Worth. One end of the junction goes to Dallas, right? I was maybe 5-10 minutes away from that junction, right? But on Texas roads, you have the rightmost lane where you go the speed limit. You have the middle lane where mainly semis sit. And then you have the fast lane where niggas just bombing it, right? I'm going maybe 80, right? In a 75, mind you. I'm going maybe 80. A Charger passes me. And I usually don't try and get into racing habits, but I'm like, I need to make up some of this time, right? I'm in a rush. So I'm like, Charger passes me. I'm coasting with a TRX, a truck on my right. He's in the fast lane. But I'm coasting with a TRX, right? Charger pulls up. I'm like, cool. somebody else that I can, somebody else I can coast with. The TRX starts pulling ahead. I'm like, cool, let me go ahead and speed up. So I speed up. I'm now going 95. Right? And my car is pretty quick, but I'll get to that part of the story. I'm now going 95, right? Me and the TRX. The TRX, I look to my left, the TRX slows down. I see a cop in a Ford Explorer, right? I see a cop and I'm like, damn. I'm looking at my speedometer. I'm going 95. So I'm like, but he hadn't flashed yet, right? So that let me know one of two things. Either he's not looking for me or he's trying to get past me. So I move, but he's behind me, right? So I move over, right, in the middle lane behind these semis so that he can pass me. He doesn't pass me. So I'm like, he's running my plates. But I'm behind these semis. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to slow down, right? Charger pulls off, does what he does. I'm not about to chase him. The cop in the fast lane speeds up, pulls up. I have my window down at this point, right? Pulls up to where my window is, flashes his lights. So I'm like, okay. So I get over, right? I gotta get to a spot where I'm not gonna pull over off the side of the highway. That's dumb. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get to the next exit, right? And I'm gonna pull over, one, where people can see me, and two, where I'm safe, right? So I pull over, right? I got my white people music going because one thing I do when I travel is I make sure I either have my country playlist or my white people playlist going on. You're about to see why. So I got my music going. I turn it down a little bit. He comes up to the window, right? First thing out of his mouth, step out the car. So I'm like, first thing out of my mouth, I'm not doing that. No, ma'am. First thing out of my mouth, I'm not stepping out the car. He's like, no, don't start any of this argumentative. I said, I'm not stepping out the car. You can explain to me what's going on right now. He's like, do you want to know why? He's like, I need you to step out the car so I can explain to you. I'm not stepping out the car, sir. You can explain to me why you're pulling me over right here in this car, but I'm not stepping out of this car, right? So he explains to me, he's like, you were going 90, and I was like, you're right, I was, right? He's like, but he said, he said, I saw you going 102. I know I wasn't going 102 because I'm looking at my speedometer the whole time. And I make it a point not to go over 100 in my car because I've had bad spark plugs in the past. So I know I'm not going 100. So anyways, he's like, you're going 100 over. Sorry. You're going 100 over. I was like, no, I was not. He was like, but I clocked you at 92. I was like, oh, cool, right? So he's like, you were following too close behind a semi. So I'm like, okay, I'm following too close behind a semi. He's like, that's why I got you, because he was like, I got you not because you were speeding, even though you were, but he was like, I was going after like I said, there was a Charger, right? He was like, I was going after the Charger. He's like, I didn't pull you because you were speeding. I pulled you because you were following too close to the semi and speeding. So I was like, okay, whatever. But he was like, I'm going to need you to step out the car. And I was like, I'm not stepping out the car. He's like, I won't talk to you over here. But all the while he's saying, you step out the car, you step out the car, you step out the car, he has his hand. Yeah, he has his hand on his piece. Pause. On his gun. So I'm like, this can go one of two. In my head, I'm like, this can go one of two ways. I can keep saying, I'm not stepping out the car, I'm not stepping out the car, I'm not stepping out the car. Doubt he's going to call anybody else, because he could have, but he didn't, right? I can keep saying, I'm not stepping out the car, I'm not stepping out the car, not stepping out the car. Or I can just say, fuck it, do what you got to do, right? I went with the second option. Do what you got to do, bro. It's a traffic stop. Let's go. So I'm attempting to step out the car. I'm like, there's nothing in the car you need to check anyway, so you're good, right? I grab my phone, the very phone I'm recording with, right? I grabbed my phone. He's like, I need you to leave your phone in the car. I said, no, I'm not leaving my phone in my car. He's like, no, I need you to leave. Don't bring your phone. Leave it in the car. I won't. I'm like, sir, I'm not doing that because one, it's a phone, and two, I need it in order really just to keep documentation of all this stuff, right? He's like, no, for my safety, I'm gonna need you to leave your phone in the car. I want you to call anybody. I said, I'm not. I'm so far from civilization, right? I'm so far from civilization, bro. Nobody's coming here. I'm not calling anybody. He's like, no, I need you to leave in the car for safety. So I'm like, you know, fuck it. I'm gonna press record, right? I'm gonna record this whole situation. I'm gonna press record on my phone. I'll leave it on the dashboard, right? So I step out the car, leave my phone on the dashboard. It's recording. Step over to the side of the like the shoulder, right? So we're talking and whatnot, and he's like, basically giving me the rundown of why he pulled me over, what he saw on my plates, and this, and that, and the third, right? He said semantics, right? But the one thing that stuck with me is he was like, when I saw you, and I came up to when he pulled up to the window and flashed his lights, he's like, I didn't do that for racial profiling. I did that to see, and I'm like, if you didn't do that, you would not feel the need to say that. And I feel like bro, especially in Texas, y'all say things that are racist, that you know could come off as prejudice or whatever the case may be, but y'all try to be like, you wouldn't feel the need to defend your actions if you know they weren't coming from a unbiased stance, so to speak. It's like you would just say, it wouldn't even be a topic of conversation, to be honest with you. If you knew you were doing it for a just reason, it wouldn't be a topic of conversation. If I'm a cop and I see, if I'm a white, anything, if I'm a cop and I go and I'm pulling somebody over and I see they're black or white or Asian or whatever the case may be, South Indian, who cares? I'm not gonna go, right, but I pulled you over when I came up on your window and I flashed my lights, it wasn't because I saw you were black, it wouldn't be a topic of conversation because I know I'm not stopping you for that reason. Duh. But anyways, we're having deadpan. One thing that I noticed about my anxiety, ADHD moment right here. One thing that I noticed about my anxiety is that when it's heightened, my conversational skills go up and my eye contact is goddamn soul piercing. So he was really telling on himself because I'm just looking him dead in his eyes, bro. So we're having conversations. He's telling me, he's like, yo, because I have a Ford Taurus, right? He's like, yo, you know how many runners I get? And I'm like, I don't know how many runners you get. And I realize my car is fast, but I'm also like, it's not gonna, like, no. He's like, he's running my plates. He's like, you have this and that and the third. I'm not about to give you all my business, but he's like, you have this and that and the third going on. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in the process of getting all of that fixed, right? He's like, what did he say? He was like, you have this going on with your plates. I thought you were gonna run. I was following the Charger, not you, but I was back. He was like, did you see me? And I was like, no, I wasn't really looking for you, bro. So he's like, yeah, I was all the way back here. I'm like, oh yeah. He's like, I get this many runners. What? He's just giving me a whole bunch of runaround, right? But then he was like, I'm gonna write you a ticket, and then he was like, I'm not. So he ended up letting me off with a warning, right? Which is all good because he could have given me a ticket. He really could have impounded my car, but let me off with a warning, right? And he's like, let me just go run your license, right, to see if it's legit, and you can go sit in your car. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go sit in my car, cut on my country music, and I sat in my car, right, for a good like 5-10 minutes. Comes back out, hands me my license. He's like, your license is clean. And another thing that stuck with me, he was like, your license is clean. That's surprising. And I said, I didn't say it, but I thought it. I was like, why is that surprising? The only thing you caught me for was speeding. But how he explained it, I was just kind of, I was like, whatever. Anyways, he was like, that's surprising. And then he started talking about like he started talking about my physique because your boy be in the gym, crazy. I haven't got to the body goal that I want yet, but your boy been in the gym, absolutely insane, all natty, no steroids. So, anyways, he's like, yeah, you're a handsome young man. You know, he's like, what do you do? And I'm like, yeah, I go to the gym, this, that, and the third. He's like, are you athletic? I was like, he's like, are you in sports? I'm like, nah, man, I just go to the gym. He's like, yeah, you're one swole mother. I know. I just know he wanted to say nigga. I just know. White people love to put mother effer where nigga would be. So anyways, right? Anyways, that's why for the warning. I go about my day. I make it to Dallas. I just want to say this. Throughout that whole time, right? His hands only came up when he took my license. And when he was kind of like doing this, right? Every now and then. But his hands only really came up when he took my license. Keep a level head. Keep a level head when you are in anxious moments, bro. A calm and collected mind can get through a situation a lot better than a fervent mind. A lot better than like if your mind is clouded and whatever case may be. Keep calm. Carry on. Keep calm. This isn't my first time. This is not my first time in a red county in Texas, bro. Once you get outside of Austin, Dallas, and San Antonio and Houston, everywhere else is red, bro. So this is not my first rodeo when it comes to these cops, bro. And he had the hat on. Let me just say he fit the description, bro. Keep calm. Because it could have ended a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse. But it wasn't. Because I use this to calm down this. And with that being said, this has been another episode of the YourStory podcast with yours truly, Rodney J. Salter, your favorite yapper this side of the Rio Grande of Texas. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell if you are on YouTube. Make sure to follow the channel, leave a rating, and hit the bell if you are on Spotify. Brush your teeth, floss your teeth, wash your butt, wear deodorant. Enjoy your Monday. I will see you in the next episode. Episode 70. Peace.